100% Chelsea. Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. Eden Hazard masterclass is pretty much the way I'm going to summarise that today. That first slalom run, one of the best guys I've seen at Stamford Bridge ever.
Do you know what? If Messi had done that, the world would be losing its mind. But because it's Eden Hazard, the world's impressed, but it's not the same level of impressed that it should be. Legitimately. Have your face, bro. But if that had been Messi, people would have been losing their mind about it to a degree which isn't being matched. It's like, do you remember when Lampard scored that chest?
Yeah.
Yes. That, it was one of those, if Ronaldinho had scored that, world loses its mind.
The chip. I mean, they were talking about Messi being amazing and doing that. Lampard did it first. Just summarising.
Well, this is it. But you said it's an Eden Hazard masterclass. I'll come on to that in a minute. I'm just going to go back to what I said, a few days ago. I felt proud that tonight. That, you know what I was saying? Like, it's been a bit of a fucking chore this season coming to the Bridge. That wasn't a chore. That was enjoyable. As much as West Ham actually, they put our backs up against the wall in the second half. But, we fought. We held on. And, fucking credit to West Ham. They didn't sort of, just drop and say, we'll just minimise damage, No, they fucking went for it in the second half. And we controlled that. And we played on the counter-attack quickly, which is something I haven't seen from us this year. Like, all round, even Jorginho, who I'm not the biggest supporter of, he put in a solid tonight. There really wasn't a weak link on the pitch. Man to man, that maybe one was better than the other, but the whole team performed. And that's all I ask for. Even if West Ham, and arguably they deserved, I'm not saying a draw, but they deserved the goal. They went for it. Even if the game had ended in a draw, I'd be here saying the same thing. I'm proud of the way they played tonight. It wasn't, 5 touches before the ball is released. It was quick, it was snappy, it was creative, and it had a bit of direction. The thing I'd maybe hold us accountable for still is the fact that we didn't kill the game off. It's one of those, it's the balance, isn't it? Because on the one hand, I'm saying West Ham, put our backs up against the wall. But on the other, I'm saying, because we didn't kill them off when we should have,
We did keep trying to walk it in, especially towards the back end of the game, I thought. I mean, there was Giroud and there was Barkley absolutely wiping out Stewart as well. But I mean, there was those 2 opportunities where, maybe it could have just been have a shot rather than play it across.
This is it. And I have to say, I was apprehensive when he brought Ruben off. I thought, here we go. Sorry again with his obstinate, stubborn penalties. But again, even Barkley, who hasn't been a shining light in the past few matches, came on and put a solid shift in. And that's what I mean, top to bottom, from goalkeeper to attacker to subs. There's not a player I could really fault tonight. They all there was some hunger about it. And that's all we want as Chelsea fans, rain, shine, win or lose or draw, is that when those boys are out on the pitch, it looks like they fucking want it.
Yeah.
And they really, I thought they were playing for the badge tonight. It'll be a little bit cynical, and I'll say I think Eden Hazard's playing for that Real Madrid badge a little bit. I'm worried about it, mate.
I'll be honest, that first goal, as amazing as it was, my mind wasn't going, oh my God, what a goal. I was going, please don't go to Madrid. That was literally what was going through my head.
Everyone was, mate. And the moment Zidane sort of stepped down, I almost thought, whew, and then he's back. Now I'm worried again. And I'll say this about Eden. All of this stuff about, he's earned his right to leave. No, he's not being held here with a gun against his head. It's he's won everything in this league except the Champions League. And he's, fingers crossed we might win the Europa League and add another trophy. He's created a bit of a legacy here. Yeah. So all of this silliness about how, he's earned his right to leave. I'm it's not about earning your right to leave. It's about, I appreciate that as a footballer, his boyhood club, like a lot of us before we knew about football, was Real Madrid. His icon, understandably so, was Zinedine Zidane. So on that level, as a professional, does he want to go and play for his icon? I get it. I completely get it. But this nonsense about, he's earned his right to leave, you should let him go. It's not that simple.
I think earning's the wrong word. I do think,
really is.
I think a lot of people forget he has been here for 7 yeyears.
It's crazy. It's
time.
Madness. And, he's left a legacy. Do I think that he's got the right to want to leave, with his head held high and want to go and play for the great Zinedine Zidane? Yeah, sure, but I don't think all of this bullshit about he's earned the right to leave. Even the way that sentence is formed is so negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some sort of implication that we're keeping him here against his will, which isn't the case. Like, he could have signed last summer. He could have left us the summer before. He's obviously in a space where he hasn't quite decided what he wants to do. You know what I mean? And I get that. You know, you hear the love he's got here. And as much as he'd be a Galactico at Real Madrid, look what happened to the likes of, you can throw a lot of names out there.
Bale.
Gareth Bale. Michael Owen never got the reception he deserved when he was at the peak of his powers over there. Ronaldo's a different story, but Benzema's fallen from grace. You know, we're all fickle as football fans, but at the summit of the fickle peak are the Real Madrid lot. Because people say that the Chelsea guys were an instant success. It's an expectation at Real. Like, if you don't deliver silverware every year, you're out. So it's very, very easy. Like, I think, and you've got to think that's going to be part of Hazard's thinking. Like, do I want to leave somewhere where I am just loved by everyone universally, and where I've left a legacy, or do I want to go and risk it as I'm about to turn 28, 29? Yeah, at the peak of my powers, but it could all go to shit. That's why I think he's hesitating, you know what I mean? There's obviously some sort of weighing up in his head. It does suck a little bit that he's left it until the last year of his contract, because it's like, if he's going to leave, I'd like to make a little bit of coin off him, because you have to think in the last year of his contract, we're not going to get more than 100 million for him, which financially, sucks a bit. But obviously,
100 million now, it's not that great, is it? Only football fans.
I know. It's mad that those words are even coming out my mouth, but that's the market that we live in. Cheers, Neymar, right? Yeah. That fucked up the market. And my boy Mbappe didn't help that much either. But, well, we should blame Paris. Yeah. My hometown. Blame Paris. It's our fault, We scrub the football world. Who cares about money? We have all the money. Qatar, buy us. We have all the money in the world. Eden, you come here too. You play with Mbappe. We win everything. Except the Champions League.